There he is.
You got him?
Yep.
Came back, huh?
Yeah.
The pole's down? Yeah.
A good one.
Good one?
Real good one. Net.
I'm going to have to say, I mean, I love the fact that we got to get inside the shop to see how you really got started, how the baits all came to fruition.
Right.
The thing that I'm excited about today, because I got to be honest, I am not a glide bait fisherman. It's one thing that I've just never got into, but I am all about figuring out how to fish this Chad Shad.
Right. So today conditions are really windy, so today we're going to be bombing long casts as far as we can, getting over the top of these fish, seeing how they react, using live scope to some degree. What's great about these, they do respond well in live scope. You see a really good feedback from them, but on a day like today, we're really going to be feeding back from the fish, kind of old school traditional fishing that everyone likes. We're going to bomb these out. We're going to slow wind. Not a whole lot of input on the reel, or I'm sorry, on the rod. Not a whole lot of input on the rod. Mostly just reel, straight winding until we get feedback. Once we get feedback from the fish and see what they want, how they're going to react, that's where we dial in. Usually, if you get 1 or 2 hits, you've kind of got a pattern when it comes to swim baits. Traditional swim baiting, you're lucky to get 1 or 2 bites a day. Anymore, you can go out and actually effectively fish these all day long and pick up an entire limit. You just got to figure out what that first bite is and then stick with it and adjust as the conditions change.
I'm ready to get after it.
So
it's going to be a challenge, but I'm ready to get after it.
It's going to be windy today. So
and I am going to pick your brain to no end today. I mean,
that is fine.
It's one of those deals that I mean, there's a lot of things that I feel like I've learned over the course of the years. You know, different techniques, different ways of fishing. But when it comes to I mean, glide bait fishing, I've never done it. I mean, it's big baits. You know, I've thrown a lot of, you know, I guess you would say line through swim baits, soft swim baits, but I've just never got into this glide bait fishing, and it's definitely something I want to learn about.
So a lot of today, what we're going to find out is starting off. I mean, we're starting off, we're figuring out cadence, where the fish are stacking up, and then after that, it's really a game of cat and mouse. I mean, if you've ever had a cat, had a pet cat, and you sit there and toy with it and eventually get it to fire up at a little mouse toy or whatever, same thing with these.
So one thing I've already noticed is I'm throwing straight fluorocarbon and you've got braid on. What's your feeling there?
Fluorocarbon's a really good choice. I particularly like braid. It gives you immediate feedback, not only for control of the bait, but also feel. If you know, sometimes these fish will just come up and kiss the bait and you still feel that. But I run braid to mono. The braid, immediate feedback, but you still need some forgiveness throwing big baits in case you backlash or anything like that. You need some kind of forgiveness. That's where the mono comes in. It gives you just enough stretch. The combination there is just, that's what I've used for the past probably 10 years, and it just suits me really, really well. You got the forgiveness of the mono, but the direct feedback from the braid, and that's everything you need.
So we were actually talking about it a little bit earlier, just in conversation. You know, I think one thing, you're talking about the direct feedback. I mean, that's the beauty of fluorocarbon. You get it with the fluorocarbon.
Right.
But I remember back in the day when swim baits, glide baits first hit the scene, everybody wanted to throw them on monofilament. And to me, the main reason why was just because fluorocarbons really hadn't got the way they are now. You know, guys were having trouble with knot strength. Guys were having trouble with different things. But I feel like today, fluorocarbon, to me, I get the feedback that you're talking about, but I feel like it's just easier for me to deal with on a reel.
And that's key. You need to be comfortable. So if fluorocarbon is your comfort zone, if you're really familiar with it, you have your brands picked and you know it's tough, then stick with that. Stick to what you're comfortable with.
When I throw a jerkbait, when I throw a crankbait, I want a ripple at least. I mean, is this a bait you'll ever throw in calm situations, or are you looking for days when the wind's blowing, when you've got a ripple?
Well, if you're asking me, I throw these year-round all the time. It's about the only thing I throw anymore. But traditionally, if you got some kind of ripple, some kind of wind, the same stuff you'd want to throw spinnerbaits or jerkbaits on, you can throw these. There are times where it can be glass calm, and those fish, they're finicky, but you can really get them fired up even during the glass calm weather. It's kind of conditions. If you're fishing glass calm, they generally like to be around shade. You're fishing shade lines, whether it's the trees or docks or anything that provides some kind of shade, they'll be just right on the outside of that.
I mean, there's one right there. I was getting ready to say I see him up there. Hey, I thought we were catching giants today. What is up with this?
Well, like I was talking about,
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to have this. You can still catch a limit of even smalls and shorts.
It's crazy though to me how fish eat baits that are nearly as big as they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done it for years, and it just, you catch a 6-incher on a 6-inch jerk bait, and it is what it is. We're gonna catch a big one, I know we are.
But that right there proves it. You don't have to be in the land of giants to actually use these and have fun with them.
I was just getting ready to say, you've got them on your bait and I've got them on my bait about the time that one bit, because I was watching both of our baits on live scope just then, and I could see fish trailing both of us. You've actually designed a rod for SPRO that is specifically for throwing your glide baits, right?
Right. They gave me the opportunity. I'd already been doing rods for my own resin baits, and it only fit to have one that was a little bit more user-friendly for the SPRO baits. People are traditionally comfortable with faster tipped rods. That's what they think. You need a big broomstick to throw these baits, and you don't.
Oh, did you say that one slam me?
Yep.
I mean, smoked it. Smoked it.
But you don't need the big crazy broomstick to throw these rods. You need enough tip that it's not going to pull or straighten hooks. You need the backbone to get the cast, to get a long distance cast. You're covering a lot of water with these. These are, I mean, you can cover a ton of water with these baits as opposed to some other techniques.
Well, and I mean,
so long cast is again, I keep saying it, long cast are key.
and I guess that's the thing about it. I mean, everybody has their preferences in rods. I mean, I've got 2 rods that Falcon builds that I really like to throw. One being the big bait rod, and then the other being a 7176, which is the dragger 2. I mean,
Yeah.
same type rod you're talking about. They're not too fast tipped.
Yep.
They're somewhat parabolic, so you can definitely get the action in the bait that you need to get.
Is that a fish? Yeah, it is.
I mean, it was just like you said. I mean, he just loaded on it.
Yep.
I mean, I honestly never felt the bite at all. But I mean, you can see right there what I'm talking about. That rod just kind of loads. That's a good one.
Didn't need it. We're ready next time.
Dude, he ate that thing.
He did.
Get that. Put the old Chad Shad away.
That's about as deep as you're going to get them to eat it too. I mean,
He got it.
he tried. Yeah.
I mean, that bait, when I first got him in, the bait was a little bit deeper. I pulled it kind of up through its gill a little bit, but he had that thing down.
That's a healthy fish.
That is a healthy fish. A little Florida gene in these fish, isn't there?
Just a little bit.
Them aren't straight up largemouth, are they? Not to say that we're giving away the place, but there's Florida gene fish everywhere now.
Yep.
I switched colors.
I saw that.
Been throwing grand shad, went to bone.
Yep. You called it up.
Can't complain about a bass like that. Okay, so you're throwing at a fish that's 10 foot down. Is that
Yep.
about the breaking point of where you feel like you can get their attention?
No, with the SPRO, that's where I will switch over, even over the KGBs. I'll pick this up. I think 20 foot, 24 foot is the deepest I've seen a fish that I've called up with the SPRO that I could say SPRO, and the noise that it makes was the reason it even triggered or came up. So you can call them off the bottom at 24 feet.
So essentially what you're just saying there is you will throw this bait over a KGB, the SPRO Chad Shad,
Right.
due to the noise that it makes.
It's a different noise. The resin ones have a higher pitch, kind of a clacking sound, and this one, because they're hollow and the noise they make, I've seen fish respond to these better in deep water or dirty water conditions more than I have the resin baits. So if I'm fishing deep or dirty, this is what I want to be throwing.
It's really a bait that has been intimidating to me.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think a lot of people are intimidated by
that is a big thing. People are intimidated by this.
bait.
The size, the cost of the gear. Man, the best way to get comfortable is to go out and not be too serious about it. Go out and have fun. Go to the easiest place that you can to catch fish and get used to the bait. I wouldn't go to a difficult fishery and try to throw a glide bait if you're the first time throwing a glide bait.
No, you want to go somewhere you know they live. Somewhere you know your options are there to catch them on something like that.
It sounds silly, but you know, a lot of people pick up fishing in farm ponds. Go to a farm pond and throw this thing. You're gonna catch fish on it, even in a farm pond. You know, farm ponds are great for learning. They're used to eating big bluegill in there. They don't have a whole ton of shad and stuff like that. They're used to eating big baits in farm ponds. So that's a phenomenal place to go and get confidence. There he is. Nice.
Oh Lord, I about fell over. He's a little bit.
That's the little one, but hey.
Got all excited because that big one just bit me. Grand Shad Chad Shad. Dang it. That other one could have eaten that one. I'm telling you, it was a good one.
He just lost one at least 2-3 times that size. Same spot. I'm gonna catch one.
I knew we had to run across them eventually. Dang it. I mean, like both of those fish bit at working it fast.
There's one. Good one.
I'm just coming. I got him.
Nice.
Oh, back to the bone. And that right there is why I need to throw a Chad Shad more. I know for a fact now that I've been missing out.
Well, you've done that several times today, and it's not the best conditions, and it's still paying off.
I've just been so intimidated by this thing, and I know that sounds so stupid, but it's just like, it's okay, this is a whole new deal I've got to learn. And it just, getting in the boat with you, I guess that's the biggest thing, is just getting in the boat with somebody that has the confidence to know how to do it and what to do with it.
Yeah, and just spending time doing it.
Makes the difference.
I mean, how much more confidence from just today and the handful of fish we've got?
Yeah.
You know, you've already built confidence.
I mean, I can throw it now and not even think twice about it.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
He just got it. He got it funny. He got it funny. Once again, I was doing something different. I was talking, I stopped. I mean, it's like, I have not figured out what cadence, but 3 or 4 different ones have gotten it. And they're all, I mean, they've all been pretty decent other than the 2 little bitty ones we caught. Yeah, those fish have spawned some.
They've already spawned out, haven't
Yeah, see?
Yep.
Or they've been up there doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just starting, I don't know for sure.
There he is.
You got it?
Yep.
Came back, huh?
Yeah.
The pole fell? Yeah.
A good one.
Good one?
Real good. Nip. Nip. This is a real good one.
Oh yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason right there we did it.
That's what I was holding on for all day.
Look at that. Whew, that is freaking awesome. Do you think that was the same fish that came back?
I think so.
Oh yes.
Get that hook out of there before I...
Hang on.
Don't rip too hard, 'cause my palm is in the other hook.
Good?
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Got it.
That is exactly what I've been waiting for, right there.
That is a real one.
That's a real one.
That is a real one.
She came back for it twice.
That is awesome.
So, cool.
And that's what's crazy.
Finally.
We fished this spot this morning
Yeah.
and never had a sniff.
Never had a sniff.
Come back and catch a fish like that.
Yep. That's a good one.